Costs for silver production are exponentially increasing. In April, the World Silver Survey came out with the final numbers for 2012. One particular point that really stands out in the report is the rate of increase on cash costs. Cash costs are the cost of production. It includes the actual cost of producing silver, including labor, materials, utilities, and smelting and refining costs, but they are not the producer's only expenses. For a full understanding of cash costs, please see the first video in my 3-part series on understanding the cost categories in silver production. To fully understand the significance in the report, let's first look back a bit. For the first part of last decade, cash costs were declining most years until costs declined down to a low of $2.74 in 2006. In 2006 and 2007, cash costs remained below $3 per ounce. However, we had a fundamental change as costs reversed course and began to increase. In 2008, cash costs spiked to $4.53 per ounce, which was a 65% increase from the lows of 2006, and more than a 50% increase in just 1 year. That's huge. We hit a new high in 2009 and 2010 as cash costs rose to an amount just over $5.25 per ounce for each year. In both years, costs were almost the same amount, and in both 2009 and 2010, cash costs were about 16% higher than the 2008 level and about 90% higher than in 2006, just a few years earlier. Now is where it gets interesting. In 2011, cash costs rose again to $7.25 per ounce, an increase of over 35% in just 1 year. And in 2012, cash costs rose again to $8.88 per ounce, an increase of about 22% over the previous year. Cash costs in 2012 were more than triple the cash costs in 2006, a tripling of costs in 7 years. Looking again, in 2008, cash costs were 65% higher than in 2006. In 2009 and 2010, cash costs were 16% higher than in 2008. In 2011, cash costs were 35% higher than they were in 2009 and 2010, and in 2012, cash costs were 22% higher than in 2011. Cash costs in 2012 were more than 3 times as high as cash costs were in 2006. Silver production costs are exponentially increasing. I will be doing a separate video on this, but in my opinion, the continued increase in production costs will be the driving force for silver price going forward. In fact, in my opinion, we are entering into an excellent area for those with a long-term view on holding silver.